Welcome back to Hypnosis Health Info. I'm Roger Moore. Yeah, it's almost the 4th of July. Summer hopefully is here in the Northwest. And while the rest of the country has been struggling with lots of heat and fires and humidity, we here in the Northwest have been dealing with temperatures in the 50s and 60s and lots of rain and clouds. And so we're looking forward to getting some beautiful blue sky and sunshine here. And it's time for being outside and doing family events and 4th of July picnics and parties and celebrations. And in the summertime we do a lot of our meals, evening meals outside and when it's not raining. And we have a big wood stove down in our patio that we burn wood in to create heat because it's cold here at night. And we'll sit down there at the table and eat our meals and sit in our Adirondack chairs and talk and read and just listen to the birds and the silence and watch the eagles and the woodpeckers and all those types of things that are great entertainment on a summer night. And I'm often asked about, well, what food do you serve for yourself? What foods do you serve to company when you have them over? Or what foods do you bring to potluck dinners, to parties? And to me, it's really pretty simple. And if you go to slenderforlife.com, up there in the menu bar, you'll see the word recipes. And you click on that, and that'll take you to a page that has, I don't know, somewhere in the neighborhood of 14 to 15,000 free, healthy recipes, and from a number of various websites. And so that's my main resource. Is I go to slenderforlife.com and click on one of those websites and look for ideas. But some of our favorite recipes for summer events is things like a Mexican potato salad from Dr. John McDougall. And in my blog post, I'll have a link that you can click on and go directly to that recipe. But it's we take new potatoes and we steam them or boil them, and then we use fresh salsa, and you take some parsley, and I forget what all else goes in there, but it's just a really, really good, frozen corn, but it's a really good potato salad that's very healthy. And it's one of those dishes that, we used to bring a little bit to a party. Well, now we make big, large quantities. I always take some out and set it aside and put it in a different container and put it in the refrigerator so that we have some when we come home, for future meals. But we always come home from the parties with empty bowls because people love this potato salad. Or when we have company over, I always set some aside in the refrigerator for the next day. But the serving bowl we put on the table is going to be empty because people just love that potato salad. Things that I love to do for appetizers, and this I learned from my son, who's now 30. He actually took me to a bar one time in Minneapolis and said, "Dad, I want to take you to happy hour." And I thought, okay, and we went in there, and he ordered the microbrew, and he ordered the appetizer, and I didn't really pay a whole lot of attention to the appetizer he ordered, and was just assuming it was going to be something that I probably wasn't going to eat. And what they brought out was this beautiful dish of steamed green beans and Szechuan sauce. And so what I've started doing now is when we have company over for ourselves, or even when we go somewhere, we'll steam up some green beans and make a Szechuan sauce, preferably from scratch. It's kind of hard to find ones in the store that don't have a lot of unnecessary chemicals and additives in them, unhealthy things in them, but make it from scratch. And you heat up the Szechuan sauce, and we do it one of a couple ways. Sometimes we drizzle the Szechuan sauce over the beans and eat them with a fork. Other times the beans are there and there's a dish of Szechuan sauce, and you just dip your bean into the Szechuan sauce. But people have just raved about how good that is. And of course you can just do simple things like have bowls of fruit and bowls of vegetables, and I've also taken to just absolutely loving beet greens. I go to the farmer's market on Saturday morning and I buy beets and take them home and cut the stems and the leaves off and wash the beets up really good and put them in the pan and steam them, and we serve those cold in our salads. But the beet greens, what I'll do with those is wash them good, and I chop them up and put them in a pan and steam them and serve them hot. And I just started playing around a little bit one day, and I took some spicy mustard that we had, that fairly healthy one. It didn't have corn syrup in it and other chemicals. And I drizzled that over it, and just a little bit of I put in an apple-flavored smoked sea salt, just a little bit of that, and a little bit of ground pepper, fresh ground pepper. And and then I poured a little bit of the sauce, or the juice, the broth, from steaming the leaves into that, and just kind of mixed it all together. And it made an absolutely delicious sauce or flavoring to the beet greens. And what surprised me is how much my wife loved it. And it was just really simple to make. I've made it several times, and actually I've used different smoked sea salts, but my favorite one was the apple one. It just gave it an interesting taste on the beet greens. The other thing that I love is sweet corn. I love my sweet corn. And go to the farmer's market and buy locally grown organic sweet corn, and I want to make sure that, I go by the feel. I'm from Iowa, Minnesota, and know how to grow corn and know how it feels when it's ripe and good, and I don't want people ripping back the leaves and ruining the corn for me, and I want it fresh and juicy. And we take our sweet corn in the husk, and we'll cut off the stem to make it a little bit easier, the base piece of it, but so the leaves stay on it. And we'll soak the whole ear of corn, leaves and all, in the kitchen sink in cold water. And then we fire up the gas grill, and we'll take each ear of corn, wrap them individually in foil, and put them on the gas grill for about 20 minutes. And leave them sit about 10 minutes, and then we'll flip them over for about 5 more minutes, and then give them a quarter turn, and then another half turn, so that all 4 sides are bottom down at some point. And then what I do is I take wedges of lemon and cut that up, or take lemons and cut them into wedges. And then I take curry powder, and I have a variety of curries, and I sometimes mix them together, and I put in black pepper and maybe just another tiny titch of sea salt, one of the smoked ones. Mix that all together and have it in a dish. And I take the lemon ledge and I brush it across the corn. And then I dip it into the curry powder and brush the curry powder across the corn. Oh my goodness, it is so good. And it's just a great way to enjoy a summer fresh vegetable. Not adding fat to it, not adding butter and all that stuff to it, stuff that makes you fat and sick. But it's a great way to sit outside at night and maybe have a fresh lettuce and tomato sandwich with an ear of sweet corn, or a salad with an ear of sweet corn. And then for desserts, love my fresh fruit. And if we're having company, sometimes what we'll do is take fresh strawberries, really good, nice big strawberries, and just maybe dip them about 1/4 to 1/3 of the way in some hot chocolate, and just give it a titch of dark chocolate to the strawberry. And yeah, there's some sugar and calories in the chocolate, but a little chocolate once in a while is okay. Mostly what you're getting is the fresh strawberry. And of course then we have other strawberries and other fruit there that are just plain. But there's lots of very simple, very easy, very creative ways that you can make fun summer meals that you can serve to your guests, or you can take to potlucks, to family events, and enjoy the summer, and enjoy special foods in the summer, and yet keep it healthy. And of course, as you're eating, be aware, be present, be conscious in your body, aware of when you're hungry, eat slowly, eat consciously, savor the food, enjoy the flavors, the textures, notice how they change with mastication. And stop eating when your body says, hey, that's enough, no more. So again, take a look at the recipes at slenderforlife.com. Up there in the menu bar, you'll see the word recipes. Click on that. There will be a box that has 7 different recipe websites in it. You click on any one of those and it'll take you to their website filled with free recipes. And down below that you'll see recipes that we've tried and liked or came up with. You'll see recipes that clients have submitted. Lots of resources, lots of great ways for you to enjoy the summer and the special food this summer. And yet stay healthy, and if your goal is to lose weight, you can also lose weight doing these things. I'm Roger Moore, and this is Hypnosis Health Info.